Greetings, travelers, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play the Knight of Lodis, presented by Draco Breach. This time, let's get into some things that you can find around Obis in the opening 3 areas. Now, I showed you where to find some hidden treasure in Skibellum, so there's no point going there. However, Skibellum and Solea have some options for you. You can actually go shopping. Now, the first option here is to organize. I'll go into that later. But first, let's go see what we have available to hire. Here we have, of course, the human class soldiers, both male and female, and fairy. Now, give me a moment. I'm actually going to go between Skibellum and Solea and see if I can show you all the various classes that are available to hire, because there is more than just the fairy here. So I'm going to cut to each one. And here you have the Hawkman. I actually went ahead and hired one of these. Here you actually have the potential of hiring a dragon. However, you notice how expensive they are. They are 3,000 goth just to hire a basic level 1. They can be well worth it to hire. However, at this point, because they can only equip accessories, they can be kind of underwhelming compared to other characters. That's not to say that later on they might be worth having. However, there are easier ways of getting dragons. So, right now, no, I don't recommend hiring dragons. And, oh, by the way, with the fairies, I don't recommend hiring fairies either. And I'll get into that at a later point. Finally, there is the octopus. Yeah, these guys only are really good in water levels, and there aren't a lot of them. So, general recommendation, if you want one in your army just for completion's sake, persuade one to join your cause. Don't bother with them here. But that is it for the hireable classes in Solea and Skibellum. Now, I will go over what, not what items, but where you can find items on the maps that are available. So let me cut to Solea now. Now on the Solea map, you are going to have items available here, next to the bush. You'll find another one here, next to this rock formation, and you will find the third and final one right here on this empty patch. And that is where you can find random items in Solea. Now keep in mind that once you collect an item, once it is collected, it is random, so I recommend having anybody that has the Embodiment of Desires emblem collect them, and it just so happens that Alphonse has the Embodiment of Desires emblem, so I'm going to let him collect them on this map. So now I'm going to cut to the last map that is available, which is actually the only map that you can currently have random battles on. So give me just one moment while I cut to that map. In Lutra, you will find your treasures in this square, and this square. However, most importantly, you will find a glass pumpkin right here. This will always be a glass pumpkin, and these are both excellent defensive items and needed for a secret that I will explain a little bit later. So with that, it's time to move on to what preparations I made and the battle at Vespa Hill. Now, first of all, as I started preparing things, I wanted to get specific emblems for specific characters, and you can see by the 2 level 7s that I kind of got overzealous in trying to get that particular emblem for Florus. You'll also notice that I have hired 2 characters. They are Remus and Deneb. Now, there's a reason that I have a character named Deneb, which is a Ogre franchise staple, by the way, and that is because if you have a character named Deneb, when she is eligible, she can become a very special class. And I will show that probably after she's gained 1 or 2 more levels and explain that. But for now, I will go over some of my other preparations. Number 1, Alphonse, who is currently a ninja. Ninja is my favorite class to raise him as before I move on to basically his final class, which is the Sword Master. A few things that I have gotten him, and yes, his emblem ranks are really filling out here, are going to be, I believe, self-preservation. I will pop up on the screen what that does now. Now, oh, well, there it goes. Increases counterattack ability. I'll pop up on the screen how to get it. Now, part of the reason I am not showing how to get these emblems is because I did actually make a preparations video. After editing it and watching it, I decided that it was incredibly boring to watch. So, yeah, there's that. Sniper, which is a very, very useful emblem to get for every single character that you have in your opening party and every character that you decide to keep as your final party, because it permanently increases the agility of that character by 10. Centurion. Again, something very nice to have for all your warrior, your physical attackers, basically, for your final battle party. It's not terribly necessary for anybody that you're not keeping, unless it's for a special purpose, which I'll get into later. But anyway, it permanently increases your strength by 10. Fist fights. Nice thing about that is it increases the amount of damage that you do when you are fighting barehanded, which is a very nice emblem to have for anybody who is using bows, for example. And actually, at this point in the game, it might be more powerful than your basic swords. I already went over arbitration, I believe. But basically, it increases your persuasiveness, your ability to recruit characters. This is the Knight Certificate. What's nice about this is that it unlocks the Knight class, which is a very, very powerful defensive class, and great for leading into another advanced class that I will discuss when it becomes available. Book of Initiation, got that in the first battle, so I've already gone over that. Miracle. This is why I said not to get it during the fortune-telling event, because it is incredibly easy to get. In fact, a great number of my characters already have it. But it increases your ability to dodge even from attacks from behind. Embodiment of Desires. Again, this is incredibly easy to get. In fact, I had Alphonse with it, I believe, on my very first training mission. As I picked up one item, he got the emblem, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes things easier for me. So that's nice to have. It increases the rank of the random item that you pick up by 1. So great to have. Archangel's Feather. Kind of accidentally died when I was trying to get Miracle and Fist Fight with Alphonse, and I decided that rather than quit the training, I would just revive him. It's kind of a useless emblem overall, but it's there. And I already I don't believe I have explained these two. This is the Cycle of Life and Relix's emblem. These are two emblems that are only available for Alphonse by beating the game. I basically used the New Game Plus quote-unquote trick to get these to him to make things just a little bit easier going forward. However, there's one other reward, and I will not be using that, and I will not show it until we get to that point in the game where it becomes relevant. That's it for Alphonse. Now, like I said, I recruited a character named Deneb. And I said that she would become a particular class. Well, that class is a class that requires Vixen's Whisper in order to, and there it is, become a witch. If you don't know, Deneb is a witch that has appeared throughout the throughout the Ogre franchise. Not nearly as important because it's very easy to get with your clerics. Heavenly Spirit. It doesn't do anything except for unlock the priest class when you meet the proper statistics for it. I also changed Kamui into the ninja class. Actually, I think I forgot to go over... No, I didn't. I changed Kamui into the ninja class as well. No emblems for him to talk about. I recruited Yuki, actually, in a battle. I already kind of like her because she has just ridiculously high intelligence for her level. Raymus is the Hawkman that I recruited. Now, you'll notice that there's a lot of emblems that he is not eligible for. Mainly because he cannot change classes. Hawkmen and demi-humans cannot change classes. In fact, anything that changes classes cannot earn all emblem slots. Flores, I made her a knight, and like I said, I was being overzealous when I was trying to get the Centurion badge for emblem for her. I also went for the Lancer emblem because ultimately I want her to be a Valkyrie. So when that's eligible, you'll be able to see what that is. And Alos, I have changed into the Beast Tamer class. Now quickly, so that you can see all the classes that I have unlocked. For males, I have Soldier, which I've already gone over. Ninja, I will pop up the statistics on screen now. Archer, again, statistics on screen now. Wizard. Now, I only have females eligible for Wizard right now, but they're the same, so stats on screen. Or should have already been on screen, actually. Cleric, I'll have the stats on screen now. Knight, again, stats on screen now. And Beast Tamer, stats will be on the screen now. For females, it's much the same: Soldier, Ninja, Archer, Wizard, Cleric, Knight. However, they do differ. They do not have a Beast Tamer, they have a Dragon Tamer, and you'll see their statistics on screen, of course. As far as Beasts and Demi-Humans, I only have the Hawkman. I will have their stats on screen for you to see now. And with that done, and all of my preparations out in the open to see, let's move on to Vespa Hills.